Welcome back to the channel. This is Tarot 101 from Nomadic Moon Arts Tarot. My name is Joan. I will be your reader should you choose to accept it, as I say on my other channel. And today we are doing the Two of Cups. If you want to find out more about me and what this channel is about, please feel free to check the description box below. But I'm doing every card in the deck. And today's card is the Two of Cups, which is pretty much everybody's favorite, or it's up there. Because it's a lovely card and there's no downside. It is a card of romance and soulmates. I don't believe there's a single soulmate for anyone. It's often a card, but we have many soulmates out there, and it's about meeting one. It's about possibly getting engaged or a commitment. It's about happiness in a work environment, a project going off without a hitch, a beautiful environment to work in. In every way, this card is positive. So this is going to be a fairly short video. This is the little brother, little sister of the Lover's card, but the Lover's card is more loaded. The Lover's card is a bigger timeline shift kind of card. It talks about, big choices in life, whereas this is just sweetness, right? The sweetness to be savored. The Two of Cups showing up in a spread alleviates other cards that are dark. Two of Cups, if it's paired with a very sad card like the Three of Swords, it can indicate a breakup, but there's a twist to that depending on how those cards line up and in what order you're reading them, and if you're using a spread or not, the designated places for the cards, because sometimes this card is one of those funny things where if there's negative cards around it, next to this, it means a bad thing happens that brings you towards a good that was required, a necessary pain to bring you happiness, a loss that allows you growth, right? And I don't read cards upside down. I don't read reversals because I think tarot's very balanced, and I read reversals for many decades, but I came to the conclusion I was done with that. Still, it just means a little wine is spilled. It doesn't mean the end of it. It just means there's a delay in it happening, or that it might be a lesser expression. Everything's great, but they live in the UK and you live in Austin, Texas, for example, or something like that. There's a hitch, there's a delay, there's this, but it's not necessarily a lessening, especially a card as positive as the Two of Cups. It usually always depicts a couple. He's very traditional. The essence of choice is not really removed. It's a very cute one. Some people are the pumpkin to your spice. And again, a very traditional depiction. It's a sweetie of a card. And always welcome in a spread. It's even in a work spread or a money spread. It suggests an atmosphere that's so pleasant that it's radically different from anything you've known before. It suggests the kind of love that's very open and transparent in their feelings. You're never going to be wondering how they feel about you and if they like you or not, because they're going to make it really super clear that they're crazy about you and are into this and let's go. And that's fun, right? That's fun. And also a good marker for you, because if you're reading a spread and that this card comes up and the person you're with is being reticent or unavailable in some way emotionally, or breadcrumbing you in some way, this is a good sign to say, maybe this isn't the one and that there's something better for me on the horizon, right? That's an interpretation of this. It doesn't, when this card shows up, especially in the context of other cards, which we'll get into in the future, it doesn't necessarily mean the person you're reading about is your soulmate. It can, with negative cards around it, suggest that the person you're reading about is not. And the reason why this is showing up is there is a partner for you in the future that is much better suited to you. Context is key. Of course, when this shows up in the outcome card, it definitely suggests romance is on. And if it shows up at the beginning of a spread, depending on what the spread's about, it means we have a context we have a container of goodness in which this reading is going to emerge, right? So you can assume the best of a situation and take it from there. Even if there are cards that are traditionally stressful, like the Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, feeling stuck, this suggests you will be unstuck. The Nine of Swords means your worries and fears will not come to fruition. You are not a bad person. You're not in trouble. It's not going to be bad. It's a nice card to show up. And it's one of the few things in life that are quite simple, right? Sandwiches are good. Apple pie is nice. I don't know. Coffee's very helpful. Two of Cups is good. It's just one of those. It's one of those. So, that's your introduction to the Two of Cups. A very straightforward and simple one. If you liked this or found it amusing in any way, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm going to be loading up 4 videos for every number, right, in the 4 suits until they're up, and then do the major arcana. Because I think that the minor arcana is a little trickier for people, and the major arcana is more well known. So we're going to do it in this order, and I hope you'll check it out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.